Off the top at 4, we're learning more about the suspect in that deadly supermarket shooting yesterday. 55-year-old Timothy Wall, now identified as the gunman who opened fire inside a Royal Palm Beach Publix, killing a woman and her nearly 2-year-old grandson. Investigators say early signs indicate Wall had no connection to the victims.
And just a short time ago, detectives gave an update on the case. Local 10's Ian Margol is live on the scene with these new developments. Ian.
And we just got some very disturbing new information. They walked us through a timeline of what happened inside that Publix yesterday, and they tell us they do believe this was random, an act by someone who is mentally ill. Let's take you to a quick picture here right now. This is the gunman. He has been identified as 55-year-old Timothy J. Wall. He lived right here in Loxahatchee, just north of where we are in Royal Palm Beach. Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies say he walked into the Publix, shot and killed the nearly 2-year-old boy. His grandmother ran over to try and stop him. He knocked her to the ground, shot her, then turned that gun on himself, killing all 3 of them. Investigators were all over this scene yesterday for hours. We have learned that little boy's father is an evidence specialist with the Sunny Isles Beach Police Department. He has been with that department for more than 20 years. And he had to come here to the Publix to identify his son and his mother's bodies. The investigation into why Wall shot them is ongoing. And just minutes ago, as we mentioned, the sheriff's office held another news conference to give an update. Sheriff Rick Bradshaw telling us this should have been prevented, saying there were signs, but no one in Wall's life spoke up about it. Take a listen.
There was a chance this could be stopped. You know why? The reason is he's on Facebook. He has said, I want to kill people and children. He's got friends. Obviously, they saw that. His ex-wife said he's been acting strange. He thinks he's being followed. He's paranoid. You think a damn soul told us about that? No.
And Bradshaw said this is exactly why red flag laws were created, for situations just like this. Today we learned through public records that Wall used to co-own a cleaning business. Years ago, they had an office space that is in the exact same shopping center as this Publix. Wall's ex-wife lives just minutes away from this shopping center. Neighbors telling us he used to live there as well before they got a divorce. They say they were stunned when they heard what happened.
Throughout the time we've lived here, we've only met them a few times. They always seemed really nice and normal. It's very crazy and appalling, especially out here. Usually that kind of stuff doesn't happen, so it's very surprising to hear that that actually happened.
Based on our investigation, we are now identifying the grandmother in this case. Her name is Letha Verone. She is 69 years old. The sheriff telling us, again, she had stepped away from the cart for just a second to get an item when Wall walked up, shot her grandson. She fought back as soon as she was able to. He just overpowered her. The sheriff also telling us Wall walked into the Publix about 2 hours before those murders, bought something, but there was a sheriff's deputy that was wearing a uniform. He saw him, and Wall walked back out. So it is unclear if he was just here waiting for the right moment. What's more, the sheriff says they still have found no connection between those victims and Wall. This is a very disturbing case. As soon as we get any more information, of course, we will let you know. We are live in Royal Palm Beach. I'm Ian Margol, Local 10 News.
Bottom line, if you see something, if you know something, say something. Cannot stress that enough. Thank you, Ian.